Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope everybody is really doing well. And welcome to this live stream, guys. Well, congratulations. First of all, BTC made new all-time highs. And if you rewind back our yesterday's stream, this was the plan where I mentioned that I'm expecting BTC to reject here, go back down to 2024 highs as some sort of a pullback. And maybe one more push up because I'm expecting there's some sort of a fifth wave happening here. So this is going to be our wave 3 here overall, and then there's going to be a wave 4 pullback. Wave 4 can be nasty, but I don't expect it to go down under 100k. Maybe we can just go down to 101, 108. But I think that this pullback will happen because overall the plan is to play the bearish shark, and this bearish shark is a very, very valid one. So let's start our live stream, guys, and I need to really discuss a lot of things as well apart from the stream. Basically, well, first of all, let's talk about the USD dominance, guys. And hi everyone. Hi Rollman. Hi Ali. Hi Gabriel. How are you, my friend? And everyone else, welcome. Well, the USD dominance, guys, I mentioned that we are forming a very interesting bull divergence on the H4 as well as the bull divergence there on the daily time frame. And USD dominance is literally entering into a very dangerous zone where the bounces normally happen. Every damn time the blue box is the danger zone. Every time we go here, we get a bounce, and then we just gonna settle with this whole thing. So yeah, I think this level is where we anticipated yesterday. I mentioned that there is a possibility that we bounce basically, and that's what USD dominance is doing, and it's not yet done. I mean, I really don't think it's done. We'll see how this daily closes, but I really don't think we are done with this whole thing. And yeah, I mean, we just have to be slightly careful with the USD dominance. There is no bad divergence here, nothing. I mean, the daily is still in some sort of a reversal zone for the USD dominance, something we have to be very careful about. Talking about the H4, H4 is also, if you just look at from the H4 perspective, yes, we are having a very solid bull divergence as well on H4, and that bull divergence is still a very valid one. It's not invalidated. So basically, what might happen is the price might just go for a one more downside, forming a double bullish divergence. And if that happens, I'm literally looking to short the market. Basically, I won't be afraid to short it. Just would like to play the odds of not following the trend. But the reason why I feel that should be played out, because look at the H4 divergence. I mean, the price make lower lows, and the divergence, RSI makes something like this, another bull divergence, and then we start boom go up, and that's going to be a major pullback in the market. Similarly for the daily time frame as well. So I feel, guys, we are entering into a phase where the market might literally enter into some sort of a chop phase at the moment, in my view. So if you look at from a daily time frame perspective, what if they move on the USD dominance? I mean, what's going to happen? I mean, we just need to talk from a HTF perspective. Well, the HTF perspective is very clear to me. Basically, we have two possibilities here. I mean, the price tried to break out, but then we rejected. There is a possibility that if we hold the biggest support of 4.26%, because that is a very big levels now. And if you look at from the weekly perspective, the price is rejected. So basically, it's in a bear state at the moment. On the weekly, we can drag a little bit more down on the weekly time frame, and later on just go for a bearish retest, something like this. Something like this may happen, or simply we reclaim it and it just go for more upside like this. It all depends. But honestly speaking, the way I feel, I don't really think that the market is going to see a major pullback at the moment. I think alts and Ethereum is still good unless this trend line, we need to break down this trend line. So once it breaks down, I think we are really good. You simply have to close your eyes and keep on longing it. Yes, there is going to be pullback, but so hence don't just go overboard with it. Basically, it's not going to be like, you want to go 100x, 50x. I would say don't go more than 10x, so that you are on a very safer side and you don't get liquidated. You have to manage your risk, guys. So that's really important. So at the moment, if I just look at from the weekly, perspective, what I feel or what I see from the USD dominance, there are two possibilities here. So this move from the bottom is some sort of a wave A, and now we are entering, or we are doing wave B here, and after that we will be looking for some sort of a wave C, something like this. So that's one thing. The red wave count, or the bad wave count, would be we go down here, we bounce from there, try to break 5.24%, but we don't break it, we reject, and then we go down to 3.15% basically. This is literally going to trigger a big alt season in my view, because now I think BTC is literally entering into its biggest premium zone. And if you remember this weekly chart we had, I mentioned that there is a possibility, that BTC, BTC can do a very interesting 3 drive. And we were discussing the hard time frame, if you remember, the day before yesterday, that as to what market cap BTC can go. So right now BTC is at $2.2 trillion. Okay, so from 1.5 to $2.2 trillion, what is the max market cap I think BTC can go based on the fibs that we are having it and everything else. So at some point, yes, I feel that BTC is done with the 5 waves. So practically this is some sort of a wave 1, 2, we had a wave 3 here, that was a wave 4, and now we are into wave 5. Maybe we can have slight more, goes to 2.4 trillion dollar. But yes, this is a very solid a 3 drive pattern that we are forming, and this is a very HTF 3 drive that we are talking about. Similarly, as I mentioned yesterday or the day before yesterday on the stream that we had on the Discord live, that I mentioned that this target for Bitcoin in the next few years to come, I'm seeing BTC going anywhere between $6 trillion basically, anywhere between $6 trillion to $4.5 trillion practically, which also means that there are three levels for BTC that we were talking about. The first level is $222,000. That's a bare minimum levels. The third is 333, and the second is 333, and the fourth is the main target would be $443,000, 400k basically. Slightly above 400k. So at this moment, guys, these are the futuristic targets for BTC, and this is my primary aim for what I expect in the next 2 to 3 years. So we are having a blood moon coming in this year again in September. So August is more likely going to be a sell-off. The beginning of the August is going to be sell-off. It can even trigger from July end as well. So yeah, we're going to see some FOMO. The FOMO we haven't seen yet. So the FOMO would be for altcoins, and how do we get those alt season, or you can say altcoins basically. Just give me a moment. So basically what I expect the market, let's say even if people are buying here, I think Michael Saylor is not going to lose basically, because I really don't see BTC going down under 15k at this point. What max we can see some pullback in the in 2026 is going to be around 50 to 70%, which might take BTC to 30k or 32k at the most, but that's it. The majority of the target is around 221k and 400k. That is going to be absolutely the biggest target for BTC, and that's what I really expect. So if you look at from this perspective, yes, our target 200% target is minimum for like $6.4 trillion. And if you draw the fibs as well, not from this one that we have, you know, but we can also have draw the fibs from these levels to see what you know the market can give us, which is going to be around 2.414 trillion. Sorry, 2.414 fib, which can take BTC to, you know, 10.15 trillion. So that's max, you know, I expect to see. I mean, $10 trillion is the max you can see for BTC. I really don't see more than that. But I think we will front run those levels. So yeah, you can expect anywhere between 6.4 trillion to $8 trillion at the most. That's what I would like to see because we have a nice trend line. So this is what, you know, 260 to 280% gains is what I see max for BTC. So which is going to be around, you know, 260 to 270 is going to be somewhere around 411k to 440k. This is where the FOMO is going to happen, and this is where, you know, the things are going to be very, very, very dangerous for the market in my view. So it's not gonna happen in a day or two, or it's not gonna happen this time in my view. People expect BTC to reach 220,000 or 300k this bull run. I think it's not going to happen. What we are likely going to do is this whole move is simply wave 1, and we are right now doing we will be doing wave 2 at some point, and that wave 2 is going to kick them so hard because the wave 3 is not going to give them any pullback. You know, we got this pullback here, we got this pullback here, and we got this pullback here. Remember, wave 3 is nuts. I mean, it just don't have any mind. It just keeps on going up, going up, going up. Small pullback, small accumulation up, small accumulation up, small accumulation up. So, you know, if I have to be very, very specific, let's say BTC almost took like 910 days, you know, to reach from 16,000 bucks or 15k to 110k. It almost took 910 days. Once that, you know, the wave 2 ends, you know, the wave 2 will happen, and once that wave 2 will end, you know, when that will end, it's not going to take 910 days for BTC to reach, you know, a very similar sort of a target of 300k to 400k, anywhere in between. I mean, at this point, I won't be able to tell you the exact numbers. Why? Because we need to see where the top would be, and then we will compute based on the fibs that we will get it. But yeah, I mean, there is going to be half the time. So if this pump happened in 910 days to 924 days, you will see, you know, BTC is going to literally pump this much in less than, you know, 500 days to 600 days basically. So this literally put me into a very good scenario that 2026 is going to be a very big pullback. The next year is going to be the pullback. The next year is going to be the buy, the dip. You know, it's going to be generational buying dip for BTC, for altcoins, for Ethereum. And, you know, I think you just have to forget it, because think of it is like an investment. People really, really mess up so badly. They keep on scalping it so deeply. I mean, they just want to scalp it every damn move, and what happens that they get wrecked eventually, you know, by either over leveraging, by, you know, the greed is gonna come. So the best, what I would say is, when this happens, what you need to do is just buy the spots and just start opening coin margin or longs, and you just have to ride it for like 2 to 3 years. That's it. So 2029 is going to be in 2029 is going to be amazing year, and 2027 also, where I feel that, you know, we will accumulate and we will start running back up. So I think the next bull run is going to finish around 2029, you know, and this is where I think the altcoins are going to shine, and they're going to make a hell lot of money. So this is what the, you know, the bigger picture for BTC that I expect. Let's go to the liquidity index for, you know, BTC. So what is next for BTC? I mean, I really have the same plan. I really don't have any other option, but yes, this is the only plan that I have at the moment for, you know, BTC. And this is where, you know, the things are. This is your biggest, you know, discount zone, and this is your premium zone basically. Now that the premium zone have turned we anticipated a rejection, and that rejected, and I was expecting it to go down to 69, 70K. That would have been the biggest buy in my view for me accordingly. But now that we are literally entering back into those Fibonacci levels, 1272 and 1414, we have to be slightly careful here because the plan is still the same. And this is literally, in my view, is some sort of a wave 5 at the moment. And I am seeing this is wave 1, this is wave 2, and the move on the downside that we had previously was some sort of a wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is also your possibility. Now many exchanges swept the lows as well, for example perhaps. So yes, the wave 2 would be here, and which means that your wave 1 was very small. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's gonna be some sort of a wave, internal wave 1, meaning that this is going to be this is simply going to be the 5 waves are going to be like this. So this is going to be our wave 1, this is going to be our wave 2, okay, here. So that's going to be our wave 1 and 2, and now we are going to see internal wave counts, which is going to be wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how the wave count would go, which means that at this moment we are just finishing wave 5 of the bigger wave 5. That's what I would say, meaning that we are still in a very, very risk zone basically for BTC. That's like a perfect wave 5. And after that wave 5, what I would like to see for BTC in the coming months, I would say I would like to see BTC accumulating, going sideways, just forming a range would be nice here for BTC. I would like to see BTC, it can go to 127K, 130K. That's a very high probability for BTC because we are in a wave 5, pushing up without any major pullback. So that's your wave 5. And after this wave 5, we will push back down to sweep the lows and go to the major support of 69K. Else will go down, Ethereum will go down, but this is going to be a catch here. BTC makes higher, not higher highs, but the lower highs. And that's where, things are going to be starting, dumping like this in 2026, because we are having a blood moon, and that's going to be your wave 2 and a bit of accumulation, chop. And then we start running back up for $440,000, for BTC. The top in for BTC in somewhere between 2028, 2029 is what I see for the top. Now, a very interesting thing for BTC, as I mentioned right now, that, once BTC gives you the major pullback, Ethereum is also going to see a major pullback. If you remember, this was our plan since the beginning, and I mentioned that whatever happens, there is going to be a pullback, and Ethereum is going to see a pullback to the order block. And this is the order block, or you can say the bullish order block that you have, which is around $1,600. But we also have a bullish engulfing order block, which is slightly above these levels. So yeah, I mean, we will be bottoming anywhere between these two levels. We will see based on the fibs. But let's just probably for now start finish this whole thing, because I think Ethereum is not yet done and it's still missing one more push up, and the push is likely going to be around 2,890 to 2,900 bucks. So that's, one more push is still missing for ETH. And along with BTC dumping, let's say the first scale of BTC dump would be around 34% or 36% from all-time highs to 72,000 bucks. You can expect Ethereum to dump from the price of these levels to 40-45%, which means that ETH BTC is also going to form a major wave 2 basically. So just forget about this small wave counts, just look on the daily time frame. Yes, this is how I see what ETH BTC would do. Either ETH BTC, would just go here. Maybe one more push up would be nice, and and then down like this to this order block, push from here and just go down to these levels, maybe even sweep the lows one more time. So this way, if you're watching ETH BTC this way, basically, yes, Ethereum is going to underperform and versus BTC by like 15 to 16%. And after that, you can expect ETH BTC to just simply run up, meaning that it's perfectly aligning with, BTC dumping 30-34% and Ethereum dumping 45 to 50% basically. So that's gonna be, it can just even make double bottom. So it can even go to 0.886 Fibonacci levels. Let's say if this is the top, maybe one more push up is what I expect clearly. But 0.886, which is perfectly aligned with the bullish order block, is around 1552. So 1552 is what I really want to buy. Honestly speaking, the risk reward is amazing. We go here, we start making some bullish structure, and then we can go up to fill the CME gap. Remember why I say that it will not just fill the CME gap in one go. It can go as a retest of 2924, stay there for a few days, and then come back down to these levels, again go for up, again reject, again go for up, reject, and one fine day we just blast off this and just go towards $3,700. So you really see a very similar picture. We had it here. So after the move on the bottom, we went up to the CME gap and then we rejected, and then again, we formed a bullish structure, and then one fine day we just smashed the CME gap. So you need a bit of more accumulation here, just need accumulation. Once that accumulation happens, you go for a big expansion, so that expansion is going to be very, very, very amazing. So yeah, I think this perfectly aligns with my plan for BTC. So I am going to play the shark, and I'm really confident on this shark at the moment. Not only I have this shark at the moment on daily time frame, forget about the shark that we have, but I also have a very interesting, pattern, and I feel that this pattern is a must, So I think that, we can also form a very good cipher basically. So you have a bullish cipher here. So yeah, I mean, the price literally went to the golden pocket zone, and now we are doing higher highs. So yes, there's going to be a cipher here around 886 Fibonacci levels to 786 Fibonacci levels. That's a bullish cipher, which perfectly aligns. So what might happen, or what can happen basically. Now this cipher, you can draw this cipher in two different ways. Either you can draw from here, or best is to draw from the bottom of this whole structure where, even the golden pocket zone is aligning. You're having 382 Fibonacci levels, which is perfect. And you can have a perfect 786 Fibonacci levels. This is going to be the biggest cipher, this is the bullish cipher, guys. It's so bullish. A very similar cipher that we have around these, for BTC. It was a very simple and a very amazing cipher. If you remember, we had this plan and we played it. We started accumulating when we were in WWG. I was in WWG. We started buying BTC from 16,500 spot. I never gave the long futures, but yes, we played it spots. And I do think that this is how the big cipher is going to unfold on BTC, because the next target for BTC is not going to be like 100k or 200k. Your next target for this cipher is going to be crazy 440k basically. So that's going to be our target for BTC for the next few years. I've been very vocal about it, guys. I don't know what others says, but on somewhere maybe 1 million, but I have the numbers, I have everything in front of my screen. This is a very, very realistic target, and I have been very vocal about it. I have been vocal about this 440k since, with the 16k, and since we went to 50k. I mentioned that, this number is going to happen, but not this time. not this time, but this is the cipher we have. Normally the cipher can go till 1414 fib, as I mentioned, which it can do somewhere around 123 to 126k. Exact number if you want, it would be around 124k. It can go, but this is the wave 5. As I mentioned, this is the wave 5. So wave 5 is going to form a strong, you know, a bad divergence on weekly or daily, something that, because you know the just look at this theory that we have at the moment. So this is wave 3 here, and this is wave 5 of 3. So practically, if this is wave 1 and we are talking about wave 3, your volume should be higher from these levels. So you see, if you just draw the volume, yes, you will see a higher volume. See, the volume is slightly above this, which means clearly indicates that, you know, the volume was overall in an uptrend. So the volume was overall in an uptrend from these levels to these levels, but the volume was in downtrend from these levels to these highs. So there was a bad divergence, you see. So there was, you know, the volume was high here, the volume was low here. And again, a very similar thing is happening where the volume is, you know, the price is making higher highs, but the volume is simply dead. The volume did not even broke above MA14 volume RS, you know, volume MA14. So practically, you know, this is, I am considering this is a wave 5, the bigger wave 5. And if you look at even from perspective of a weekly time frame, yes, I mean, we are forming a very solid double bad divergence over here. This was the divergence 1, this is the divergence 2, and we need this weekly closure, and this is not going to get confirmed yet. So we need, you know, at least 2 weekly closure for a confirmation. So once, you know, RSI starts going down under this, like this, it does, then it will confirm that, hey, the top is in, and this is going to be very, very nasty in the sense very much nasty. So, you know, we just have to be very careful when you're talking about the weekly time frame for BTC. I mean, you just have to understand the bigger wave counts, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Similarly, talking about here on the weekly Coinbase chart as well. Yes, just look at your RSI. RSI formed a double bear divergence, ladies and gentlemen, on a weekly, not yet confirmed. This highs, this was the highs, this was the lows. This is not the higher highs, but the lower highs. And this was lower lows. And again, what if we are forming lower highs? This is literally going to wreck the whole market. Trust me. And this is the plan, basically. You know, the price is making higher highs, forming another bear divergence on the weekly. Looking to the 3-day chart as well. Yes, we are forming another bear divergence on the 3-day chart. Looking to the 2-day chart. Yes, we are forming another bear divergence on the 2-day chart. But the 2-day chart is not yet complete. We really need to wait for this, you know, I would say 2 more candles. Right now it's Friday, so we really need to wait for another 2 candles to confirm if this is, you know, trap, or this is like gonna form a top here. So, you know, that's the reason whatever the longs we will play is going to be with high risk, and you will have to literally manage it. Whatever the coins that looks bullish, trust me, they are not gonna sustain. I mean, they can literally, you know, dump on you. Just forget about the wave counts. If BTC starts reversing, if this is the, because, you know, the market needs to pull money out of BTC so that that money can go from BTC to, you know, altcoins. Now that is a very must thing, and hence, you know, you need to check Bitcoin dominance, btc.d. btc.d is going to be an ultimate answer to all your, you know, queries. Basically, this is like, you know, you can say that we got a very massive weekly bearish engulfing candle, a very similar bearish engulfing candle that we got here. So either, you know, after that we dumped this way. So I think, honestly speaking, maybe we can go one more swipe up, maybe, and then dump like this, or we can just go slightly up and then we can dump like this, meaning that we not sweep the highs. Whatever we do, this dump is coming, meaning that you start preparing yourself for the biggest alt season, guys. You need to prepare yourself. Just look at the Solana. Where did it went? It went for a retest of 173.9 and simply it just pumping up. Just look at this Solana. Our plan is playing very nicely, as we discussed. This was the clean long. I was not available. I was away, but I would have given you as well. But just look at this very sweet retest of the support. So, Solana is expected to retest range highs in my view. We have retested the $160 this week. So I'm expecting it to give a pullback to 210. And after that pullback, Solana is going to do something crazy. It's just going to go to double digit, This short is going to be amazing in my view. There's going to be a generational short opportunity for Solana. And this is the hard-term time frame that we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen. LTC, I have a very similar plan. I closed it at $98. If you are still in, for now, just close it. Wait for a flip or a reclaim again. And once that happens, yes, we will re-long. But I'm very much optimistic with this LTC. The reason why I am very much optimistic with the LTC because it has flipped the $92 support. Basically, that's a big levels. Even though we have a resistance here, that's a strong resistance we have. But overall, I feel that if LTC can go on the lower term time frame, starts breaking above, yes, we will long it. And it's going to be like a whiff. Our stops would be then around 95. And we would be aiming for at least 110, and we would be aiming for this liquidity around 112. We can even have lower stop loss, but I think this is good. We will go big risk. We will take big risk because of the risk reward. So it's gonna even though the RR would be less, but we will make good money out of it. So VIF played nicely. It just stopped me out at break even and then just went for a push up. Did not even hit my original stop loss of 1.12. Even if I would have kept that stop loss, we would have made amazing money. 1.35 was my initial, if you remember, stop loss. And many guys played it nicely. You made almost 22% gains. And after that, it just dumped on the face. But yeah, I think VIF is doing irregular flat here, so it needs a little bit more time. But yes, this is clearly your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, you got a very interesting 5 waves here, so you just have to be slightly careful. CRV again, CRV is very strong, guys, in my view. But again, I have a very similar plan as to what did I mention on the stream yesterday, day before yesterday, that I see CRV rejecting from 87.7. It's a very strong levels you can see here. So we will see how we react. But if it flips these levels, we will long it, because the target would be minimum target. The first target would be 1.6, and later on the target would be, if it flips, then the target would be around 3.3 to $4. So it can give us a very interesting 4 to 5x gains on. So we just have to wait for this 87 cents to flip, and if it flips, we will long. AVEX, it just rejected. I was expecting it to do something good, but for now I think it is still good. It is still holding the levels, and we have the liquidity here. So we have this liquidity, untapped liquidity. Maybe what we can do on AVEX is, this is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is A, B, and C. One more push down to this auto block. that we have around 22.8, 22.6, and from there we run up to 31. So we just need to give a little bit more time for AVAX to accumulate, and then we can, you know, literally long it. So I think AVAX is going to be my primary coin for like today, tomorrow, I think, or maybe on weekend. It can just run to 31, $32. So hence, you know, I have drawn this trend line. Once it breaks out of this trend line, you can easily catch 20% move, guys. Easily. Have this chart on your screen, draw this trend line. I've drawn it very, very, very casually, but you can just draw it perfectly as well. And once this, you know, breaks out, just long it. You're gonna make 20%, easy peasy, you know. So BTC overall plan is this hard term time frame plan, lower term time frame I mentioned as well. I expect one more push up on BTC in a very similar lines to what we expect from USD DOM, but you know, USD dominance is bullish, so we might not get the one more move on the downside. Simply things might just go south from here itself, pushing above like this. It can do something like this as well. So for now, let's wait for my call. At least let's price go down to the levels so that we can get some good opportunities in the market. At the moment, I'm watching it very carefully, but altcoin that are, you know, that I like it is AVAX. LTC is also on my radar. If it breaks out, we will long. AVAX is surely on my radar, and CRV, you know, I'm having those coins. Gold, guys, congratulations, it has played out perfectly. Yesterday the dip was for buying. This red box was our dip buying. I mentioned over the stream as well, we will buy, and many longed with me and they are riding it again. So we longed 3130, you know, congratulations. You have made almost 7.3%. For those who compounded on this red box, you have made again 2.2% of the compounded gains. Congratulations. And right now gold is going to its, you know, resistance levels, so being very, very tricky. What do we expect from gold, guys? I mean, if you really ask me, what do I expect? I think gold can do something like this, have a fake breakdown, so breakout, reject, come back down, and then go for like this retest, and then maybe boom, 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 maybe one more down like this, and then go up like this. Or simply it can just break out and finish it everything and just make fifth wave. So this fifth wave, once it finish, khalas. So you just have to exit gold, guys. Okay, because eventually gold in 2025 we will test this lows of 3000 to 2940. Eventually we will test it. Okay, so that's all for the today's stream, guys. And I think I'll take matter privately, and I'll go a Discord live maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow morning, and I just want to talk with you guys, honestly speaking. Way lot of you know, I'll just talk about it maybe on the private Discord live stream. So that's all for tonight's stream, guys, and have a nice night. Take care. Bye bye.